this is called a pillar piscina. And it's a trefoil-headed 12th century piscina with a hollow column forming the drain. The piscina was used for washing communion vessels. There are 4 other piscinas in the church which indicate the site of altars past and present.
Yeah, I did wonder why there was a piscina here, but they have got this again, we're back into the north aisle, we've got this altar there, so this is effectively another chapel within the church.
So probably the best known fact about Bosham is that the church and manor house are depicted in the Bayeux Tapestry, and the reason why is because Harold's principal home was in Bosham, which he visited before embarking on his ill-fated trip to Normandy in 1064. Now this is reproduction of part of the Bayeux Tapestry. In the opening scene, Harold is shown with King Edward the Confessor, who it is thought is instructing Harold to go to Normandy to tell William, Duke of Normandy, that he, William, is to be the next King of England. Then there's another scene where Harold and his assistants are shown riding to Bosham. Harold is then shown entering the church and later feasting at his manor house before setting sail from Bosham to Normandy.
Wow.
That's probably not showing it all.
No, it's not showing it all, is it? It's just a segment of it, of what the Bayeux Tapestry is like. But really nice to have that set into the church.
It says here, Bayeux Tapestry is actually 232 feet long.
That's incredible, isn't it? Wow. We're just in the south of the raised chapel, and we've got the Vicars of Bosham, and they date from 1204, and we've got 3 wooden plaques on the wall, and it comes right the way up to 1986. But I would imagine somebody else has been in here since then. Very interesting looking names up here. And when you get to the very early ones, you see different spellings of some people. But in this chapel as well, there is another piscina here, which we couldn't see from the bottom, which is just there. And I think this is the Chapel of All Hallows, if I remember rightly. And it's dedicated, as Steve said just now, dedicated to the dead. Just on the end of each pew is that one says Christmas AD 1938. So, total glory to God in memory of, and they've got some initials, RAH, I think looks of it. And I've just noticed they're on the end of every pew, and some of them got rather a lot of. Oh no, I can't really read some of that. These are certainly names of people. It's there as well, Cynthia. Look on those. We were just talking to a lady, and she was on about the different kneelers, and they're all depicting different scenes. There's birds and there's initials of people, and Cynthia and I noticed that there are some that are depicting the crusade, and it's the same on all of them, different ones everywhere. And the lady was just saying it's become a bit of a thing where somebody's written a book about the different kneelers. There's one there with a robin on them, and then there's that one with a bell. And you come further along, more initials, and that one is depicting swans swimming. It's fantastic. And if it hadn't been for the lady that we've just spoken to, I wouldn't have noticed it. I've actually come back into the chancel to have a look at the cushions and the kneelers in here. But these are not cushions, this is depicting musical notes. And we've got this one here, which is heralding, the trumpet for heralding. And then you've got this one here, which is a bird. But then you've got that one there, which is rather lovely. Well, Steve's just been telling me about this particular chair. And Steve, can you repeat what you've just told me?
Yeah, I think the story goes that in the year 678, this guy, who's Irish, was a monk, and there was a timber monastery they think was on the same site as the church.
Yeah.
And I think it was him and about 12 other monks lived here.
Oh, right.
And worshipped here. Because they say that the Christianity, this is the oldest part of Sussex, or certainly West Sussex, where Christianity evolved, which was about 1,000 years ago.
And how would you try and pronounce his name?
I wouldn't.
Dicul?
Dicul, it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it must be Dicul.
Dicul, yeah. Lovely, thanks, Steve. Well, we've come out of the north door, which is just here. So on the north side of the church, and I'm standing at the base of the tower, which was built in 4 stages. The first 3 were Saxon.
That's it, yeah.
And the top one, which is just above that line of stonework, is Norman. And Steve said, you said, and
the spire was added in the 15th century.
Added in the 15th century.
And the tower actually is the oldest part of the church.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can see the 3rd level, the 3rd stage, where the window was actually taller, but they've left the surrounding, the sort of soldier bricks or stones, so to speak, and you can clearly see that that's been put, a smaller window been put in there. So I'm going to have continue round the outside and see what we can find. But as you can see, it's a bit of a mishmash of stonework and flint on this west end wall. This is the west end of the north aisle, if that makes sense. And that's where we are. And just behind us is a little stream. Let me just show you down through here. It's not moving very fast. Yeah, there we go. And just here, wow, look at this. This lovely seat in the corner, 2019. That's very nicely done, that is. And then we've got this very modern stone surround and slate insert. Remember before God that those whose ashes are buried here. I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. John 11:25.
I just found something interesting here, which I think we've seen a similar thing in other churches. It looks like they've used some of the old headstones.
Oh yeah, they certainly have.
In the paving.
Gosh, yeah. And I can't remember the name of this stuff, but this is something that grows a huge amount in Midhurst, particularly on people's garden walls. Cynthia will know the name of this, but I can't remember it. Let me just have a wander down here. And I wanted to just give you another shot of the stream. And here it is, very, very still. Almost stagnant water there, which is a shame. When Cynthia and I was here before, this was running quite freely. But there we go, looking down onto the harbour down there. And just on this bench seat here, look at this. In memory of Gerald Marcus, G2NM, 1896 to 1961, pioneer of Empire Broadcasting, President RSGB, 1929 to 1930. Well, Cynthia's just reminded me that we did find out about the clock actually is from left to right on the corners 1939, and then from the top to the bottom 1949. So this is a memorial clock to the Second World War. Well, we've nearly finished at St Hubert's now, but Steve and I are back onto the...
St Hubert's?
St Hubert's?
No, it's Trinity. Holy Trinity Church, Bosham.
Oh dear. Well, guess what? I've been giving it the wrong name.
Oh no.
We'll correct that. I'll correct that. And we're at the northeast corner of the church now.
The chancel end.
The chancel end. Correct, Steve. Well done.
I'm getting there.
You're getting there, mate. Yeah. So we've got the tower up there, and I know Steve and I were talking about the creation or the building of this church, and he was telling me about who it was that built it.
Yes, it was a gentleman called Godwin, who actually was the father of the future King Harold, and he became the most wealthiest man in the area. He was the Earl of Wessex. He amassed enormous wealth, land and property, particularly in Sussex. And yeah, the Saxon fabric of the church, which survived, was built under the patronage of Godwin.
Oh, right. And as I said just now, the tower is in 4 sections, and the first 3 was Saxon.
And the top one's Norman.
Yeah. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one doing all the work, and these two are having a sit down. Shocking. Anyway, we finished at
Holy Trinity Church, Bosham.
Thank you very much, Steve. So we're going to head off now to a
Pub.
And it's not even 1 o'clock yet. So, been a brilliant visit, and we were so lucky inside the church. We pretty much had the church to ourselves, which was fantastic. So anyway, to be Kevin, Cynthia and Steve saying bye-bye, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Hello. If you've enjoyed Kevin's video today, why not subscribe to his Kevin's Rambles YouTube channel, give us a like and follow us in the future, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.